Right.
And if we have it, we have it.
Are we taping?
Yeah.
If we have it in our DNA, it's gonna be part of
Right.
us. So that for me, it's very easy. I don't know if I think it started with my roommate in college. She's from St. Lucia.
Oh.
But I was missing the accents from home. Mm-hmm. So when she came with that, then Colon, where I'm from, when she came with that, and I spent 4-year time with her, and then we picked it up, and then I realized the difference between the Jamaican accent and that accent, and then started hanging with Trinis.
And you picked it up.
Trinidadians, yes.
So a lot of times people think they say you're Dominican or you're Cuban. It depends on who I'm hanging out with. I pick up, the way they communicate. I think we all do that.
I mean, I speak English. I cannot pick up a Spanish accent.
English right now.
No, and the worst is I cannot pick up a Spanish accent. But I think I speak very proper. So a lot of people when they say, "Are you from Australia?" Australia, imagine that. Are you from Australia? Or are you from England? Or are you from
England?
I get Jamaica and I get Guyana as well.
Jamaican.
I get Jamaica. I don't know why people think, but white America think I'm Jamaican, huh? Because when I go, that's all what they know.
Right.
So like when I go north and I travel for work and stuff like that, right? Because remember, I work with white America who are a lot of contractors. Mm-hmm. So a lot of my clients who are up north, especially in the Midwest,
definitely.
the first thing they think is Jamaica because they don't know there's any other island in the Caribbean.
Exactly.
Can I have cream cheese, please?
Yes, ma'am. And then I can be very southern. I can pick up that southern accent.
Like a Southern belle.
Like a Southern belle.
Oh. Why? Please tell.
Philadelphia. The Philly
Cream cheese.
Philly cream cheese.
Hey, Philly. Well, that's interesting because I went to school. I went to college in Philly.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's where I studied to be a teacher. Was in Philly, right in the heart of Philadelphia, and yes.
I thought you were in New York. Why did I think
Because I did graduate school in New York. That was NYU, but the bachelor's was in Philly, and I lived and worked and studied, but my school had 3 years of classes, 1 full year out in the field because of teaching. Mm-hmm. So I went to the schools and taught and lived with people, and my roommate and Anna, she was from St. Lucia. So that's where that came in, but then I was living in Philadelphia, not born and raised.
On the playground?
Yeah.
So I just want to show you all something, okay?
Yes.
You'll see how I do my bagel, right?
Yeah.
And how I break it up like a regular person. This one gets her bagel and she cuts it.
Because I'm proper.
Because we can't get our nails.
She's proper.
And you see, I'm not doing a bagel and no cream cheese.
God, she was the one who was starving.
The outfit has to fit tomorrow.
Anyway, what do you want us to talk about?
So tonight we went to the Panamanian
No, she's doing good. That's exactly what
So what was your
Takeaway.
So this is the 30th anniversary. Mm-hmm. I've been to the Panamanian Parade. Sorry to speak with my mouth full of food. I went to the Panamanian Parade with Mirka. Maybe, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago. I was still living in Miami, so 2000, maybe it was a year before she passed.
2002, 2001, 2002, 2002, 3? No, 2000.
Was it what year she passed?
I know we had this conversation already, because it's been 2003. I thought we said
it hasn't been 20 years.
Who, your mom?
No, it's
No, my friend.
Oh, your friend.
13.
Okay.
13. I know there's a 3.
Oh, your
in
best
13,
friend.
Our best friend.
Yeah.
So maybe I went to the parade in 2012. So it's been a long time since I went to the parade. And it wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah.
But 30 years later for them. This is the 30th anniversary. So it was a big celebration. So tonight we went to the gala. I had a blast.
It was very
Because they
good.
played all that music that we grew up with. You know, we grew up with soca.
I was very
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, I saw you dancing.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you see that everybody was.
I know,
too,
everybody was dancing
singing
to soca
the
music,
songs,
yeah. I was like, yeah.
And you know, it's just like for me, for food takes me back, but music takes me back. It's like the song we're listening in the car on the way here. It's like it takes you back in time, right? The things that we used to do when we were at the
Where
time.
you were when you heard
just
that
like
song.
smells. Like sometimes you smell like that cooking. You're like, oh my god, it reminds me of back home. You know, so all these things because we are from our connection with the
Caribbean.
with the Caribbean islands.
The
Because
fusion of the Spanish and the West Indian culture.
Indian culture. When you hear music or you hear you taste food or you smell, it just takes you back. And it show you that how we also connected, right? Because I remember you asked about Sparrow. My dad loved Sparrow. And you're like, you know that singer? I'm like, girl, I used to, as a
Absolutely.
kid, we used to dance. We knew all the songs because you know they played that music at home, even though we were living in Panama. So, what you thought about the event today, the music that they were playing, and I know it kind of reminds you of
Oh,
Trinidad
of course,
in a
it does.
way, right?
For me, because remember, I'm stepping into this very new when it comes to Panama. First of all, when I fell in love, you know, I always tell people, I say, you know, Panama is like America and Trinidad.
And Trinidad.
You know, because I called
Right.
Tony, I'm like, Tony, I think I'm in America, but you know, I must be in Trinidad too. So that's what I loved about Panama. You know, you get the best of both worlds. And I love the culture of the people. And I didn't realize, honestly, I really did not realize that Panama have such a huge melting pot of Caribbean people. And obviously that went back to the Panama Canal. You know, and seeing how you guys all, I mean, your food
Melts together.
Yes, yeah, the food, the dancing, the music, everything. You know, as you said just a little while ago, you talk about taking you back to your childhood, right? For me, now, yes, soca, I know the soca because I grew up in a generation where it was soca. I also grew up in a generation where my grandparents used to listen to a lot of the older, they wouldn't be called soca, but they was considered calypsonians, you know? So I remember my grandparents dancing to a lot of calypso music and also to the Spanish music because my grandfather's Venezuelan. Right? So yes, so you had the cuatro, but then you have all the Spanish music. So it took me back seeing the Spanish or hearing the Spanish music and seeing how they were dancing, you know, husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend dancing together. I remember seeing my grandparents dancing like that when I was a child, growing up in Trinidad.
Okay.
Now my grandfather was Venezuelan and he spoke very broken English. Okay? My grandmother was from St. Vincent that went to Trinidad. So she's a Vinci and he's a Spaniard. And they met in Trinidad.
Wow.
Right? So, but my grandmother learned Spanish because of him.
Okay.
But he didn't want his next generation to speak Spanish because he wanted to learn English. So he stopped us from speaking Spanish. But my very first language after my mother brought me back from the United States into Trinidad, because I went to Trinidad at 8 months old. Huh? So at 8 months old, I went into a household that was a Spanish-speaking household.
Your grandparents.
Correct. So my grandfather would speak Spanish, and the first language for me was Spanish. But you know, if you don't use it, you lose it.
You lose it, right?
You know? So being in your culture and hearing it, although it's not Venezuela, it's Panama, right? The Spanish is very familiar. I don't understand it. I cannot speak it. But it is a familiar language. It's a familiar sound. So with the music, when I saw everybody dancing to the Latin music, especially the old songs, right? That brought back many memories of my childhood in Sackville Street. because my grandparents used to live in Sackville Street in Port of Spain many, many, many years ago. That's when Sackville Street used to be, Port of Spain used to be everything then, you know? And they used to have a lot of parties. My grandparents, two Spanish man and Caribbean woman, that's how we do. What they party for so every weekend Blanche and Jose was partying, you know? So it was, and then obviously my maiden name, well, it wouldn't be my maiden name, but it's a name that my mother gave me because the Spanish women usually gave their children their name, the family name.
Yeah.
You know, so Marie Bermudez Hinkson, I'm Bermudez. So when people hear Bermudez, they're like,
they go, where you come? How is that?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I get the problem in Miami because when they see the name and then they look at my coloring and the way I look very Spanish.
Yeah.
And
You
I
know?
started talking to you.
And then when I was at your event, people talking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, Sandra, habla español, right? You know. But it was a beautiful event.
Thank you. And you know, a lot of time people, when you tell people that you're from Panama, they don't really think that Panamanians look like us. I get that a lot. Even when I was, when I was working for the federal government, and people were surprised that my Spanish was so good. And I said, I'm from Panama. They're like, oh, but I've met some other Panamanians that don't look like you.
Yeah.
You know, because again,
And
You're dark skin.
and you never know exactly what they mean because it depends on what circle of Panamanians they've met or they've been around. You see?
Is that because of the complexion? Because you're
Right.
considered
Complexion or
Latinos or
Afro-Latinas. But it depends. For example, we British and we went to school in Spanish, but we had the English and the community that was more West Indian.
West Indian.
But then some people in Panama have the color, have all that, but it's all Latin. It's all Spanish. It's all Espanol. So they might be named last name Brown or Green, but they don't speak any English.
and that is where.
But when you look at the line, maybe their great grandparent or their grandmother, but then they wanted to join once they came here, and there were political stuff that happened in Panama too, that it wasn't politically correct to speak English.
No way, seriously.
Yes, because after the canal was born, then a lot of people stayed, and there was a movement. It's like, you really should go back because you did your job. Good. Thank you so much, but go back.
Go back to the Caribbean or
which some people did, but a lot of people stayed. A lot of people stayed, and so it's an interesting history. Some of it nice and
some of it not so nice.
And some of it.
And we were talking about that earlier because I was telling you that the Panama in 1800, when the French had it, they weren't able to do all the digging and the construction. So the U.S. took over in 1904.
the Americans.
The Americans, and they paid the Americans who were overseeing the work.
Yes.
With gold. And they paid the West Indians in silver.
So there was a gold roll.
And why they had the West Indians come, bring them into Panama, because they were working the fields, they spoke English, and they would do the manual labor.
And there's another issue there too. One of the reasons, not all, the French were not able to build the canal. There were several reasons. Napoleon started losing wars, so it kept costing more money to the French government.
You guys also had a French influence as well.
Oh yeah. Because the French were there building the canal first.
Oh.
De Lesseps was one of the big doctors there. But there was also, because they were peering into the jungle, it was yellow fever. Malaria, and a lot of the studies and the actual vaccine for that was discovered in Panama.
Wow.
And that helped, and it was because so many people were lost when the French was there. The equipment was abandoned. There was a lot of stuff because they ran out of money. Napoleon lost in Europe. they got the independence from Haiti, remember? All that is coming, all that influence what happened in Panama. Then Panama said, we want to be separate from Colombia and be our own country. That was in 1903.
Okay.
So when they wanted to do that, they went looking for the U.S. The U.S. said, we will back you being an independent country. But hey, guess what?
We want the canal.
Strategy.
Let us. How about we build this? You allow us to come in and build this canal for you, but we'll back you up so you can be an independent country. And Colón is more West Indian and Afro because that was the
Where they
first
came.
point
And Bocas del
of
Toro,
entry.
A lot of Bocas del Toro.
Actually, I don't know if
The border of
Bocas,
Costa
the
Rica.
border of Costa Rica. I'm not sure. I think it's the coast. I think.
But a lot of them said.
But yes, in
Bocas.
Bocas, our family, my mom's family, Andersons, that's where they did, and that's what I was saying. They didn't come for the canal; they came to plant banana and plantains.
So they came for the agriculture.
For the agriculture and to get away from, mainly because they
Hurricanes.
needed to get away from the hurricanes. It's the way I understood. Now there might be a different version of that, but that's what we heard. That's what I heard. But also in Colón, Colón was an island. It wasn't attached to the country first. And they brought the machinery there and started building the railroad. And the railroad was the first thing that was built in order to get the machinery from the States into the country to be able to do the digging and do all the construction and the canal. So that was the kind of the point of entry for
That's what he
the
said.
West Indians.
Yeah, he said
Yes.
Colón has a big West Indian
Yes,
community.
yes, it was a point of entry, and like I said, it was an island before. It was
just
an
an
island.
island.
It was an island. It was very close to the mainland, but it was an island, and that's the first place. Now, what joined it was dug up dirt from the canal.
And when
Was used to join Colón to the Isthmus of Panama.
Wow.
So when we go
So much.
when you go to Panama, you see the canal.
'Cause it was
you're gonna be-
deep, right?
You're gonna be impressed
And long. And long.
how it took to build that canal.
I had a lot of
And-
that
and-
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
lot of
And
people
you know the reason why, because we connect in the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean. Moving merchandise every day. Things that we buy comes through there. So we are in the center of
The universe.
the universe.
That's the way we got it.
That's what we say.
That's what we say. We say the heart of the world and the center of the universe.
We're little S, like Sandra.
Okay, never thought about that. Yay. I like that. Okay, and it's like
But that's good though. I mean, that's great that that your culture is very
multifaceted.
There you go. That's it.
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted because it's such your food, your music, your color,
The people.
the people, and I am sure everybody there tonight was second generation Panamanian.
Probably.
I feel so because the
And
way I
third.
see
And third.
And a second.
and third, yeah,
But
because they had younger
definitely
ones
second.
too. You're
Definitely
right,
second.
but the majority, I think,
Yeah.
the older ones, I
Yeah.
would say second generation.
Yeah.
Because the way they dance there,
You're right. Okay.
soca music.
Yes, yes.
I
yes,
know
yes.
they have some soca, some Trinidad, not
Oh, yeah.
or Jamaican or
There's a
whatever it
West
is in front of
Indian
them.
in
Because
them.
one of the songs they were playing, I think when they first started playing it, I look at Rhett and say, I hear some Spanish. I said, but I hearing reggae too in this beat. I said, but wait now, I hear a little soca now. It was like all three, the Spanish, the reggae, and the soca, was in that one song. And I was like, wow, but the beat sound real nice. And whoever did that beat, they did a good job.
Probably.
Con la
So-
mano arriba.
We're gonna
I
talk
think
about
it might have
fashion
been.
because we're fashionable. So
Yes.
who are you wearing today?
Well, I am proud to say that this is all part of Sunny, the fashion reboot, styling from her, with a great eye recommendation from Miss Sandra Ward.
I saw this orange dress and I said, you got to buy that dress. You got to get that dress. That's like.
I hadn't even seen the dress.
Because when I first got to her shop, I was like, you know me, I love color. I'm attracted to color, even though I'm wearing black today. And I saw it, I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. When Lina came, I'm like, try it on. And she had another peach one, try it on too. I said, orange, we're in fall. It's perfect for color for this, right?
Yes, that's true.
So you look fabulous today.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
looks
And
very
thank
good.
you for the recommendation. And thank you to Miss Sunny, the fashion reboot. And yes, I got lots of compliments. First time. And I
You know what? Because your dress was different.
And that's it.
She
Because
walked in and it was like,
I was like, well, you're wearing that blue, you're wearing black, and the suit
Your
is
dress
black.
was
And I was
different.
like, and here I am in the middle of it's already. And then I said,
I'm
you
so
know,
happy
girl,
you decided to put it on. Like,
you
was
look like
questioning-
a flower.
Wait, you were questioning that dress.
I was.
Because when I was leaving, she was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to wear the orange dress. I'm like, just wear whatever you feel, baby. You know?
But then I put it on and it just came alive.
Yes. She walked in and was like, so. And who are you wearing?
Mine, Macy's.
I'm sure there's a designer there, but that's okay. But I love it. We didn't plan this.
No, we did.
Yes, the
flowers.
flower.
We did.
The flower.
I don't know
And
who
I'm
the-
representing the two.
I don't know. I don't know who the designer is. I can't remember. The design is right on my back there. But anyway,
Yeah, you're not going to go.
it's called Macy's.
I mean, you look fabulous too.
Macy's, yes, and the flower thing.
I love
Yes,
the
the
flowers.
flower.
and
The flowers.
shoulders.
That's very
Very
different.
nice.
I'm trying to fashion something now.
Yes,
you
you're
know.
very fashionable. So I am wearing.
And you.
So my
Please
top,
tell us.
my top, because
Please
it's a skirt. It's a long skirt. So I modeled for many years, and one of the designers that I model with, which there are two designers, they're called Bagley Mishka. I modeled for them for 8 years, from like 2000 to 2008, when I hung the pumps. I traveled with them to Paris and Milan, and I work in New York. I was one of their muse because they used to make their clothes on my body. I was one of their fit models. They now live in Palm Beach. They're amazing designers, big heart. I mean, best times ever. Paris was so much fun.
Wow.
My skirt is from them. It's a vintage skirt, I should say, because this is the early 2000s, and I still fit.
Not too many people can say
I
that.
know, right? That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
surprised when I took it out. I was like, let me try this. I was like, oh, I still can fit this skirt. And my top is from this boutique, and they're no longer open. H30. I fell in love with the top, and I thought it was different. I was like, I should make more of these because I think they're very cute.
Yeah, they're very cute.
Sexy, but
Now, how come the threads hang in there?
because
That's his style.
it's supposed to be like
Oh, it's supposed to be like
it's supposed to be like, you know,
Flowy,
Rough.
organic.
That's organic.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like, you
Organic.
know, just
Organic.
yeah. So that's part of it all. And I put
And
a
the-
flower on it.
Oh, you added the
yes,
flower.
I added a flower to make it.
It make
more-
it looks really nice.
I didn't need
No
put on a
necklace.
necklace. And my earrings, I got this from that boutique. I don't remember the name. Boutique in Panama.
Yes, I don't remember the
And
name,
it was a
but
flower.
yes.
It's having to have a flower. I was like, oh, this is perfect. And these are all like pieces that I've gotten, you know.
And you know,
randomly.
I remember when she was looking at the flower, she's like, should I take this one or should I take this one? This one. I think get the flower. Not realizing it would really come in handy.
Yeah, look. It all made sense today.
It all made sense.
So.
That is fabulous. Well, you all
Thank
all
you.
look fabulous. We all
Oh,
look fabulous.
yes, we do.
We all look
It made a
fabulous.
statement.
And it was a good day.
It was a good day.
Today was a good day. And sometimes you think you're too tired or too something, and you just have to speak to yourself and bring yourself around. A good hot cup of tea always fixes things.
Good.
Mine was,
Thank you for that cup of tea.
mine was not a hot cup of tea. Mine was sorrel.
What's sorrel? Okay.
Mine was cold sorrel.
Well, I'm talking about the earlier cup of tea
Oh, the earlier
that
cup of
cured
tea.
everything.
Ah, yes. Before we all
Ooh,
left.
the before, and this is the after cup of tea to celebrate the sunset.
So I will tell you this. Like I said to Sandra this morning, apparently salt cures everything, okay?
It's like Windex.
Let me tell you something. When I was growing up, and if I felt nauseous, my father said, take a tab of salt and put it on your tongue, just a little tap. that take the nausea away.
Okay.
As Rhett said, salt prune. You know, you just suck on some salt prune.
For me, it's
For
tea.
you, okay, for you it's tea,
was.
but you were tingling, your feet was tingling, you had cramps.
Cramps, yeah.
A little tab of salt, put it on your tongue.
The mineral.
I'll try that
The
next time.
mineral.
Yes, so a little salt, all you have to do is tap, put it on your tongue.
But yeah, growing up, always tea. I have a stomachache. Have some tea. I
Have some
have a headache. Oh, you want some tea?
But it was bush tea.
Bush tea.
It was
Oh,
what
yes.
kind of tea?
And,
it depends.
It's on the backyard. You go, you pull
You
the
pull
bush,
the bush.
So you see,
and you boil it.
Grandma always had
had
some
tea.
bush
You
tea.
see,
Some
right?
bush tea.
You see, this is where the Caribbean end come out
Yes,
of.
absolutely.
Because the islanders, that's the exact what they're going to do. They go in the backyard and
In
they
the backyard
grab this
and pull
bush,
bush and
that bush, that bush, and
Mix it
you have no
together.
idea what you're going to be
I remember
drinking.
the bush
Lord
was a long
have mercy.
leaf. I don't know what it was. But my mom used to boil it and it has like a
lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
Yes. And that
Lemongrass.
smell when you
Well,
dry
like
that.
fever grass and shit like that.
Oh,
Fever
fever
grass.
grass.
Yes, that was it.
I'm not sure it's
So,
the
grass.
same thing. Is
I
it
think
the
it's
same
I think
thing?
the same thing.
Fever
It's the
grass
same
and
thing.
lemongrass? Okay. I know that
the
grass tastes real good, and when you have it
yeah.
fresh,
Yes.
that
and-
aroma.
So I think you had a headache. Want some tea? So when she wasn't, I'm like, I'm gonna get you some tea.
Would you like some tea?
My stomach was upset, my head because of that, because
Traveling and all that,
the travel, I was nauseous, and after you left, I just sat there and said, okay, breathe.
Yeah, just sit and relax.
She's like, I feel lonely. I felt so bad.
They just walked away. They just left me.
I wasn't going to leave, but this lady said, no, we have
Oh
to go.
no, she was on a mission. I'm like,
She
I
was.
can't tell her nothing. But it's
And
okay,
I-
I understand. And then she said, you're grown. You're a grown woman. You have kids. You all this stuff. You can manage. You can manage.
Help. You need a little babying.
And this is a Panamanian party, so you're gonna know somebody there.
That's true.
And look at what happened. Cousin, friend from everybody.
I mean, wait, when's the last time you saw your cousin in person?
Abby,
How many years? 4 or 5 years?
No, it's been
no,
long.
we're talking 15.
She hadn't seen her cousin in 15 years.
No. But listen, it's 42 of us,
What?
Yes,
And you know the
just
you know
from
the
the
number?
mother's side. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just on the mommy's side.
Wow.
Yes, and all
And,
over
it's,
the
and it's
place.
funny because it's like, is she from Panama? I said, yes. You know her? I said, she's one of my best friends. He's like, is her name Lina? I'm like, yeah. And he's
Well,
like,
I want wait. When he was asking you all this, what were you thinking in your head?
I thought he liked her. And then he's like, she's my cousin.
Yeah.
And then he grabs my hand and he walks, let's go. I was like, okay.
I was so excited.
The last talk about island. See, the connection always be there. Last time I saw him, I don't know if you heard me. Him and his wife went to Antigua.
I'm good. They went to Antigua.
Went to Antigua for holiday, for vacation. I have a cousin who lives there. Married to an Antiguan, Syrian Antiguan.
A Syrian Antiguan,
Katia lives there, and they went to visit her at her house, and they took the pictures and put it in the family chat. That's the last time I saw him on the
Visually.
phone, visually. But I have not seen Abby. Oh. His brother remarried. That must be 13, 14 years ago.
Jeez.
That's the last time I saw him, because he came to Miami for the wedding, because his older brother lives in Miami.
So
Felix.
you see the older brother.
A little bit more.
Okay,
Yes. And we talk, or we did. Yeah. When we went to the concert, his brother was there. Remember I told you my cousin is here and trying to meet him, but
It was
we
his
started.
brother.
We met. It was his brother. So it's 3 boys.
Now look at that. She came all the way from Miami.
Miami to
Or
New
let's say
York.
Miramar to New York.
To
to
Brooklyn.
To Brooklyn to not expect to see her cousin,
Nope.
who she hasn't seen in 15 years.
And here you
And
are.
then he's asking Sandra,
Who's
who
that?
is that?
He said, because he
Is she
said,
Panamanian?
it's just, I know, I was looking at you, but I know you don't come to these things. You don't come to New York, so it just wasn't. For him, he said it just wasn't matching.
Yeah.
He
It's
said,
your family features.
"Oh yeah, no, yeah, no."
We recognized her, but he wasn't, he couldn't put together.
We grew up, but it just wasn't fitting that I was here
Correct, yeah.
in this event at this time, and first time here. But I'm so glad that I came. First time here. I've never been to this parade. Never attended these events here in New York.
You should. This is
Because when I left New York, I don't think this association had been formed. I don't think this group was. It's been more than 30 years.
I
since
think
I've left.
I think you should start coming as much as you can to New York, because at the end of the day, everything starts in New York. That's how I look at it, right? And like I told Sandra, I said, Sandra, you are branding yourself, being Sandra Ward. You're going to start branding yourself. And you need to come from, you need the roots, your roots. That's your Panamanian, that's who you are, that's what you speak, the language and so forth. But at the end of the day, you need them to love you. But when you do get there, don't ever forget where you came from. And don't forget them. And we want to leave a generation behind, right, that will be making the world a better place. Because we ain't living for long. I might have another 100 years.
We
We will have another 100 years.
110.
Exactly, we'll take that. But, and I hope we're looking fabulous too. Absolutely, and everything else. But at the end of the day, we still want to make sure those little ones coming up behind us.
And that's what we do.
Exactly.
You talked, the queen that was coronated today. And one of the reasons why I was I'm so happy to be here and be part of this conversation. But one of the things that brought us here is exactly that. Because I'm part of the association in Miramar, which is South Florida Panamanian Association, SoFlo Pana. And that's exactly the reason why it was formed. We collaborate with Vice Mayor Colburn, Yvette Colburn, but we give back. We help senior citizens back home. Our president just came back from Panama for that. We give out. We started giving out. One of our members, sorry to say, she passed away, Lydia, and we have a scholarship in her name. And I saw that this association, there was a paper on the table, and they have a scholarship. They were asking people to donate towards a scholarship, and that was our first recipient. Happened to be the queen tonight.
Okay.
No
One
way.
of the queens, a tall girl that you were talking to, and last, you know me, I'm always talking up catwalk pros, but last June, when I was in Panama, and I met her, this was before she was awarded, she was awarded a little bit after that. We talked about it, and when I saw her height, and I saw her
And this is
just
Christine,
away,
right? Christine.
Yeah, and I saw her, I said, do you live here or you live in New York? Because I thought she was here for the summer. She was in Panama for the summer. And she's like, no, I live here, I do this. I said, you go on Instagram, look CWB, look up Catwalk Pros, look up Sandra Ward. And she says, Ward, that name? I says, yeah, she's from here. She said, you have to look her up. She says, oh, he says, I know. And she knew you.
Yeah, we met, because I met her at one of the Samat events 2 years ago. Yeah,
So
we
we
took
are
pictures together and everything.
all
So, yeah.
connected, all connected.
And that's why,
So-
one of the reasons why I wanted
and
to
she's
take...
going to university, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
amazing.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I want to do the event in Panama is because we want to also
Showcase.
support also the,
Of course, you
Catalan.
need to
The
bring
news,
those.
yeah.
Listen,
Oh yes.
if
Alright.
Russia can open their doors,
Oh my goodness.
and Berlin can break their walls down and bring all those girls, because I watched that Netflix show on the top models, okay, and all of those top models like Naomi Campbell, and they were, I think, a total of 4 of them, I believe, but I remember Naomi Campbell was one of the top models, and it was on Netflix, and they were young when they were, picked up, and they made themselves very successful. And what I learned through that episode of Netflix with the top models was that when Naomi Campbell and them were walking the catwalks in Paris and Milan and so forth, they were being paid $100,000+ per show. Watch the Netflix series. And when Germany, or Berlin I think it was, when the walls came down, right?
Really?
They were able to bring in white girls that
Make
would
it
walk.
more.
No, hold on. That would walk for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 per show. Watch the Netflix show. And that's why
The Russian.
that's why they have all these European models now. Because our American models, who became top models,
No, supermodels.
supermodels, correct, the supermodels, they were too expensive. And as what they were saying, the designers were saying was that the supermodels were building their name and not their clothes.
brand.
And they wanted people to put on their clothes. And that's when I learned, because I was watching it when I was dealing with Sophie. Okay, because I needed to know the scope of the modeling industry and how it worked. And what I understood was that the top models, or the supermodels, as you said, right, they started losing the jobs to the Europeans, the white girls who came in, the blonde girls who came in, because they were a lot cheaper. You could hire them for $10,000 per show or $15,000 per show. You even pay them $30,000 per show. When I had to pay a supermodel,
100.
exactly.
Wow.
You know, so that's where they lost their reputation. And I think it was back in the 80s and 90s they started losing their name.
Well, I think, they changed the supermodel kind of thing, because there's a lot of models out there now that are very successful,
Of course, yeah.
but they don't give them that super.
Correct. The supermodels was Naomi Campbell, and there were 3 other girls. I can't remember their names, but I remember them.
Claudia Schiffer.
Correct. Claudia was one, Naomi Campbell, and there was 2 more.
Christy Turlington, Tara Banks.
No, Tyra Banks wasn't in that. Tyra
Different.
Banks wasn't in that.
But she's considered a supermodel.
No,
Yeah.
she's considered supermodel, but during that era,
Oh, I think a little younger.
Probably
let's talk
can.
about the era. During that era, she was not one of them inside of that Netflix film.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the
That's
film, either one.
interesting.
But Naomi Campbell is Jamaican descent, huh? Her mother was Jamaican.
Her mother passed?
I don't know. Yeah,
That's true.
I don't know. But anyway,
So anyway,
that's about it.
thank you. Our next episode.
Thank you for watching Stepping Into Your Power with Sandra Marie. And also Lina.
Get started.
Anyway,
Thank you.
2 o'clock in the morning.
I was gonna say.
2 nights in a